I trust and I choose. Hi, I'm William from China, and I'm a dorm student here at SSM FC. I came to Shattuck St. Mary's in 2019, and I have lived here for the whole time. Living in the dorm has been my second home. I have made a lot of friends and a good relationship with the teachers, and here is what one of my days looks like. I sometimes think about my agenda before going to class, and I look forward to my strings class and PE class every day.
Our program is built on a principle of guided growth. We have a multi-tiered approach to supporting students through this fundamental stage of their lives. And we believe that each staff member truly plays an important role in that process. Every study hall session is staffed by a teacher who works closely with students to get homework done. Mentors meet one-on-one with students to coach specific skills that students are interested in developing. Every teacher brings a wealth of experience, and our mentor project aims to maximize this through select pairings. As part of our guided growth philosophy, teachers are really hands-on when it comes to student learning. Students attend ECs after school, where they can play, have fun, but also learn life-enriching activities.
Living in the dorm means more opportunities for me to practice my second language, practice being independent, and managing myself and my time.
First, we will invite the faculty to process and take their seats on stage. Please rise and welcome the faculty. Please rise. The graduates will now process, and as they approach the stage, they will stop for a photo op. So as they process down here, each will stop, and you are welcome to take a photo of them as they pass. Graduates, please process. going to take a brief photo opportunity here, just for a moment with the graduates. You may remove your mask for the photo if you like. If everyone would now rise for the playing of the national anthems, the Malaysian and the American. Please take your seat. I'm glad to be here. That's a phrase that has more meaning than maybe it's had in a long time. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be here because, frankly, I'm glad to be alive. We're in the middle of a pandemic, or the end, I hope. And we've made it through, at least this far. Some of us have had the COVID, and we live to tell the story, thankfully. Many of us have lost friends and family, and we're sad about that. But here we are, all together, to celebrate the graduation of our second senior class. And it is indeed an honor to be here. So I hope you are glad to be here too. Some of our seniors are here virtually, much the way they were throughout the academic year, much the way some of you were here throughout the academic year. But at Shattuck St. Mary's Forest City International School, we just want you here, whether you're online or in person. We just want you here. We just want you present. And we're glad you're here. And I'm glad to be here. So before we begin our formal ceremonies, I just want to make one final reflection on the senior class. A report card of sorts. And when I think about the school, and I think about what we do here, and I think about our purpose for being, I think through our mission and vision statements, and our purpose as a school. And we talk about that a lot, and we talk about that mostly through talking about our core values and the principles we uphold as a school. So I've got a rubric here. I have a category, I have an objective, I have evidence, and then I have some feedback. And I'll be using our standards-based grading scale in order to give you the feedback. Number 1, outstanding, 2, meeting standard, 3, approaching, 4, not meeting, 5, insufficient evidence, and 6, not assessed. Relax, you're going to do great on this assessment. Don't worry, it's not going to affect your graduation. We've already decided as a faculty that we approve of your diplomas. But I just want to give you some feedback. So, in the category of excellence, which is something we pursue here at the school with vigor, we look for evidence in that category of creative and independent thinking. And when I consider this class, there is no shortage of creative or independent thinking. Given the circumstances of the pandemic and the ways in which we had to commute virtually and communicate virtually with one another, I think we get a very strong, outstanding number 1 in that category. Next is passion. And we think about identifying and pursuing a passion. And this is something that we see it clearly every Wednesday on Impact Wednesday and during Genius Hour. But we also see it day after day as people pursue their independent passions. Some of our younger students still don't know what they're passionate about. That's okay. But this group has stayed with their passions for some time now, and they have pursued them to the fullest. So I'll give you a 1 there too, outstanding. The next is innovation, and the school is committed to cultivating innovation. Right up to graduation, where we have a couple of our members represented by iPads, we just persist, and we attempt to overcome obstacles that come in our way, and we seek to be innovative and creative in that process. So again, easy grader here, I'm giving you a 1, outstanding. Integrity. And when we think about integrity, it's not just about being true to ourselves and being honest with people around us, but it's also forming integrity by taking a global perspective on everything that we do. And this class has endured a global perspective of a pandemic that just wouldn't go away. But they were forced to encounter time and time again obstacles and challenges to travel, to communication, to gathering, to being together. All kinds of things that they had to do in order to persist. Just to be a high school student. But they had the will and the desire, and they were blessed with a faculty which had the sense of humor and the persistence and the patience to adapt along with them. So for that one, the faculty and the students get an outstanding mark. The next category is community, and we aspire to build and nurture community. That got very difficult. The definition of community usually begins with a coming together, a being together. That's hard to reconcile with words like quarantine and isolation, but we prevailed. We brought meals to each other when we were in isolation and quarantine. We sent gifts and notes and cards, and people did wonderful things to help each other through a difficult time. So in terms of caring for one another, outstanding once more. The last category is tradition, and that's something that's been really difficult to maintain in these times of on again, off again, virtual classes, in-person classes, lockdowns, you name it. But I think given today and what we're doing in terms of establishing our second graduation, but really our first live and in-person graduation, we are making up for lost time. So I initially was going to give a meeting standard, but I think by the time you walk through the arch later on this afternoon, we will have achieved a full outstanding mark in the category of tradition. So that's my feedback to the group. It's been an inspiring group, and many of you were here to greet me when I showed up just after school opened. And here we are just a few years later, and you're leaving. I'm not, but you are. And you have a bright future ahead of you, and I wish you the best, and you deserve it. All right, we now turn to the business of the day, and we will begin with our graduation awards. There are two, and this is a tradition. And I will turn the microphone over to Ms. Leanne, who will announce the winners of our two graduation awards.
Good afternoon. At this time, I have the distinct pleasure of recognizing the two students who will be receiving this year's special awards. May I ask Dr. Malaverti and Dr. Morin to please be on stage to award the plaque and medal to our awardees. The first award is the Shattuck St. Mary's Forest City International School Spirit Award. This award is given to the student who most fully embodies the habits of heart and mind of the ideal Shattuck St. Mary's Forest City International School student. The award takes into account the nominee's overall experience, including academic performance, leadership, and contribution to the community. This year's recipient of the SSM FC Spirit Award is Ayuna Hasiga. Ayuna spearheaded many different projects in school and advocacies while she was here. Her leadership was very inspiring to her classmates and the entire school. Ayuna always sought to befriend others and be a uniting force across the school. As one of the very few Japanese students at our school, Ayuna has taken strides to create a spirit of inclusiveness in our community. Congratulations. The second award is the Class of 2022 Valedictorian. The valedictorian is a student who has demonstrated academic excellence and has shown consistent leadership, an innovative spirit, and sustained passion in his or her approach to learning. We are proud to award Class of 2022's valedictorian, Pam Miller. You can expect to hear more from Miller in her valedictory speech in a bit.
At this time, we will now turn our attention in just a moment. We'll turn our attention back to Ms. Leanne in just a moment. We started yet another tradition here at the school, and that is to ask the students, is there a person in the community that you would like to hear from at your graduation? Asking the seniors this question. And Ms. Leanne took this assignment, as she does with all others, with good spirit and good humor, and she went to the senior class assuming that she might find out one of her colleagues was being asked to give the speech. And the students did exactly what I thought they would do. They insisted that she be their keynote speaker. Leanne has been a dedicated principal and has cared for this group of students and all of you as long as the school has existed. And in her role as principal, she has taken on the role of chief caregiver in so many ways, and so many people I know are personally grateful and thankful that she comes to work every day with a smile and can remember there's a bright side somewhere, just need to find it. And she shares her optimism and her humor, and she pushes people to do their best. She pushes them hard, and she doesn't accept below average or average results. In the most cheerful way, I assure you, but we all know she's not going to take the average performance well. So, seniors, at your request, I give you Leanne Dominguez as your speaker.
Thank you. Around this time of the year, hundreds of thousands of graduates receive a copy of this iconic book. It's a graduation go-to gift called Oh, the Places You'll Go. This classic book, written by Dr. Seuss, begins with the word congratulations. It is a celebration of accomplishment and exciting things to come. It is a beautiful poem about a young boy who travels to find his own path and encounters many twists and turns and hang-ups, highs and lows, but in the end, he finds himself moving forward with hope and optimism. Oh, the Places You'll Go is Dr. Seuss's guide to the journey of our lives. It is a heartfelt adventure that each of us goes through as a human being, and also one that we go through several times in our lives. Whether we graduate high school, go to a new college, find a new job, or move to a new city, every time an aspect of our lives changes, we go through this story in some way. We try, we succeed, we lead, we follow, we fail, we wait, and we try again. I can see you doing that. This classic book talks to the young readers about what life is, what they can expect as they get older, and how to move through the experience of living with joy, kindness, thankfulness, ambition, and self-confidence. Today, graduates, you're like the traveler in this book, starting your journey as high school graduates. In your journey, you will continue to see that life is really not perfect. In fact, it is messy. And there will always be challenges and setbacks. But no matter how crazy the road ahead of you may look like, I am only certain of one thing, that you can do it. I believe that you can do it because each of you has a unique spark that I was privileged enough to see in your time here at Shadow. Most of you knew me as your first dorm mom, dorm parent, and also your boarding director. The person who would wake you up many times in the morning, check in with you during the day, and say goodnight to each of you every night before you go to bed. You might have known me from our SAC sleepovers, the dorm trips, and the never-ending life coaching conversations. And together, we, with your seniors right here, all grew and evolved into who we are today. You as graduates, and me as your principal and college counselor. In the 4 years that I've known most of you, I had always hoped that you will leave this school as a better version of yourselves, and it has truly been a pleasure watching you all grow into amazing individuals with even bigger dreams when you came. Ayuna, I remember meeting you for the first time in 2018. You were a day student, but you were always part of every boarding activity. You were well known for your athleticism, your strong academic discipline, and your commitment to inclusiveness since day one. You spearheaded countless projects to help our community grow. Through your LGBTQ+ initiatives, you have created a warm and open platform for people to talk about things that were not considered safe before. You allowed people to express themselves for who they really are without fear of judgment. And as years went by, I could only see your passion getting stronger and your dreams becoming clearer. I remember when you finally decided to pursue an events communication pathway last year. You shared your vision of building an events company that would support anti-discrimination and anti-racism causes, and that you would use this opportunity to unite people all around the world. Your enthusiasm, drive, compassion, and care for the world are your gifts, and these are what will help you achieve that dream. Estelle, online. When you first came into the dorm, I knew there was something special about you. Your wit and experience revealed that you had a sense of maturity that was beyond your age. It did not take long before you became everyone's big sister in the dorm. You took care of the girls, and you offered to help them with their problems and needs. Your nurturing nature made people feel special and valued in our community. Now you will be on your way to Japan, creating a new path for yourself, and your ability to nurture others is one of the strengths that will help you to become a strong leader someday. Jackie. From the first time we met, you had a swag that only you can pull off. You were just really cool. You've always been amazing in the court, and you had way too many basketball shoes. You have a strong drive, and you are very focused and motivated, especially when it comes to health and fitness. Your closest friends describe you as genuine, kind, and always aware of other feelings of people around you. When you go out into the world, it is your natural ability to mix coolness with sensitivity and humility that will make people want to work with you, be with you, and see you succeed. Linda, you were always a shy, polite, and thoughtful member of the girls' dorm. What we've noticed in you is that you are always willing to try, even though you knew the task could be out of reach. The difficulty level of a certain thing does not intimidate or affect you at all. This is true for your academics, your college applications, and even the way you have responded to the pandemic. This strength of yours will surely take you far as you begin with your studies in the US. Amy, when you arrived in the dorm in 2019, you were still a very young girl who was still finding out who you were. We went through a lot together, and I was able to witness how you evolved as a teenager and trying to find your identity. My first mission was to get you to smile. Teachers, if you knew Amy, that would have been your first mission too. Then it was to get you to actually interact with your teachers. And for quite some time, it was my mission to get you to enjoy exercising in recreation time. Now, one of your teachers told me that you seem like a very well put together young woman who now smiles a lot, is present, participative, respectful, and responsive in class. You have found your identity, who you are, and what makes you unique. The confidence that comes from knowing and loving who you are is what will set you apart and what will make you a successful teacher and role model someday. William, when we first met, you were an outstanding member of our rowing team in China. You were also a diligent student. You came to us with big dreams. I remember a couple of years ago when you decided you wanted to learn the violin in 10th grade, And in a short amount of time, you were already self-learning complicated pieces such as Voice of Spring. Then at the start of 11th grade, you told me you want to study in Germany for university. And I told you, okay, William, I know some schools that can teach you the courses in English. And you politely declined and said, no, I want to learn the courses in German. And I asked you, do you even speak German? And you answered, with confidence, I just started learning it. Fast forward a year and a half, I find myself proctoring your AP German exam. And to tell you the truth, I am still in shock. Your recent TED Talk improv was incredibly entertaining as well. Will, you definitely have surprised us multiple times with your gifts. It's a fact. Once you set your heart and mind into something, you will achieve it. Use this strength to push you even further, and don't ever stop dreaming. Xinyan. When I met you in 2018, you were very, very, very shy. You didn't speak much English, and you always kept to yourself in your room. You had many doubts about your future and often felt uncertain on what path you wanted to take. This year, I watched you flourish as a science intern, immersing in your passion for insects and creating a path for yourself as an environmental scientist. 2 days ago, you stood in front of the secondary school in this very stage and gave your senior speech with so much confidence, character, pride. That was truly your shining moment. You have clearly found what inspires you and how you can use this gift to inspire us. Stay true to your path and buckle up, because this is only the beginning of your road to success. Annie, you have always impressed me with your dedication and hard work. Working with you and choosing a pathway for your dream universities was so rewarding for me. You give importance to consistency, and you move bit by bit each day, constantly working towards your goals. Today, we can definitely look back together and breathe in astonishment and celebrate how much you have achieved. Your dedication and hard work are strengths that will make you an educator that students will look up to and love someday. Eiler. As one of the founding students in our dorm, we have created a lot of memories together. Do you agree? One memory I will never forget was in 2019. We were sitting by the dorm hallways, and you were in tears because of a failure you encountered in 9th grade. It was so painful, and I saw how it was very hard for you to understand that. That night, after lights out, I wished for you to gain resilience so you can see the purpose of that failure. Just 2 days ago, in your TED Talk, you had chosen to speak so eloquently about what you learned from the process of being rejected from your dream university. I could barely recognize the confident, resilient person standing in front of me. Your newfound strength to embrace challenges and maintain a positive mindset in the midst of rejection is incredibly inspiring, and will take you to places you have never imagined you'd be in. Thank you for inspiring us to take risks. Class of 2022. The truth is, each of you have unique gifts and talents, which you were given in order to impact the world in a way that no one else can. Your gifts are meant for sharing, so you must find ways to use your gifts and talents to create the world you want to live in. In just a few minutes, you will receive your diploma, right there on that table. Your diploma represents all the hard work you have put in this past years, more so during the pandemic. It represents the opening of new possibilities and freedom to forge a new path and begin a new journey. Your diploma confirms that you now belong to a wider network of talented Shattuck alumni all over the world. It also signifies the experiences you have embraced here at Shattuck that has given you the tools and skills to help you navigate this world. It serves as a reminder to seize new opportunities with courage, to see the power in nurturing and sharing your passions, and to get out there and make things happen. But most importantly, don't ever forget that your Shattuck diploma is a lifetime reminder that you will always have a family to go back to here in Forest City. Let me end with a quote from the iconic book, Oh, the Places You'll Go. There. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. Class of 2022, you will move mountains.
At this time, we will be hearing from our valedictorian. Let me give her a brief introduction. The valedictorian for many people is a category. They say, oh, that's the smartest kid in the class. That's the person with the best grades. That's the most intelligent person in the class. All of those kinds of things quickly come to mind. But they're true in this case. But in this case, I think there's just so much more. A valedictorian isn't just the person who gets the highest grades or gets the best score. They do that before breakfast. That's just what they do. And they work very hard to make that happen. But a true valedictorian elevates those around her, makes everyone else in the class stronger, brighter, elevates the level of conversations, sets goals high enough for herself that others wonder will she achieve them, and sets goals high enough to make others think, maybe I should expect more of myself too. Ela is such a person. She immediately struck me as an academic leader of the school, and she wasn't in the senior class when I first met her. But I knew at my first glimpse of her in the school and the way she moved about it, and the things that she did inside and out of it, that it wouldn't take long, well, a few years, but she would be finding herself to this post, that she would be recognized as the school's valedictorian. But she never wavered, she never flinched, she never complained or whined or showed any sign of despair or giving up. This is a student who has aspired to do her very, very best in everything that she does, not just in academics, but in social service, in being a friend, in being a leader. In every aspect of her life, she has striven for the top, the very best. And we're so proud of her. And we have really enjoyed having you here as a student, and we will miss you so much. So let's take a few minutes and hear from you now.
A very good afternoon, dear principals, teachers, students, parents, families, and my fellow graduates. First of all, I would like to say that I'm very honored to have been given the opportunity to represent SSM FC's class of 2022 and stand before all of you today to deliver this speech. Wow, I cannot believe that this day is already here. I remember joining Shattuck St. Mary's in August 2018 as a 9th grader, and seeing my graduation year 22 on my assigned school email address and thinking, that's a long way to go before graduation. Oh, I was so wrong. Before I knew it, I'm already a high school senior.
hour from now, we officially be confirmed as graduate instead of student. The 4-year journey from being a high school freshman to senior has been nothing short of valuable memories, important lessons, meaningful relationships, and life-changing experiences. Without a doubt, my fellow graduates and I have learned so much throughout our time here at SSM together. Our journey has been bumpy, and at times, it felt as though the bumpiness lasted forever. Despite the challenges that we faced, we still made it. We should be proud of ourselves for persevering, and for that, I want to congratulate the class of 2022. We are here today to celebrate all of our hard work and reflect on our growth and experiences throughout our time here in our second home. However, we would not be here today without a lot of helping hands along the way. To our principals, Dr. Morin and Mrs. Dominguez, as well as to our head of school, Dr. Malaverdi. Thank you all for your dependable and visionary leadership in our school, leading us towards an innovative and all-in pathway. To our teachers, thank you all for your guidance, dedication, and unwavering support. We remember the moments in which we spent an extra 5 minutes by our side, explaining the concept which seems impossible to understand. We remember the moments in which your genuine concern and patience has pushed us to become better students and individuals. To our school staff and administrators, especially Dr. Berger, thank you for working tirelessly behind the scenes, doing your very best to make students' experiences in SSM a pleasant one. To my fellow secondary students, thank you for being such a supportive and passionate community. Last but not least, I want to personally thank my parents for sitting here in the third row, because they are the reasons that I'm up here today. Thank you for your endless support, encouragement, and faith. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Looking back and reflecting on our years here, SSM has brought out the best of us. We first roamed the labyrinth hallways with a simple goal in mind: to graduate high school with the highest GPA possible. But towards the conclusion of our journey here, I can say with great confidence that the goals and missions we carry with us have evolved to so much more than just GPA. Instead, we wonder if we have tried our very best in all aspects. We wonder if we have been pursuing our passions hard enough. We wonder if we have challenged ourselves enough to grow as a person. We wonder if our contributions and actions throughout our time here have left a lasting footprint of impact. And I think this is precisely what makes us different. When I look at my fellow graduates, what I see are not individuals labeled with an academic number. What I see are brave human rights activists, passionate music performers, persistent workout enthusiasts, warm-hearted peers, and determined learners amongst us. While our similarities brought us together, it was the appreciation and acceptances of our differences that united us. It was the diversity of interests, culture, and characters that allowed us to reveal our own unique hue of colors. My fellow graduates, as we transition to a new chapter in our lives, let us once again look within ourselves and reflect on what makes you, you. What are the values, passions, and faith that you will be bringing forward with you? What are the skills and lessons you extracted the past years that you will be honoring yourself with? Look clearly and look deeply. For when difficult times seem to challenge your worth in the future, those introspective questions are the ones that will be your driving force and motivator. Stay true to yourselves, appreciate all the experiences, and have fun on your journey. Just as Dr. Malaberti repeatedly said and demonstrated during our graduation rehearsal yesterday, walk with purpose. Because with purpose comes the initiative to do better and make a change. I can't believe I just indirectly exposed that I crammed writing my valedictorian speech. What can I say? This is senior writers at its peak. When I think about Shattuck St. Mary's, I think about an inclusive community where strong relationships are formed. I think about the transformative lessons and experiences that found its way into my everyday school life. I think about the wonderful memories that were made with friends, teachers, and staff members. When I think about Shattuck St. Mary's, I think about how close this place felt to home. I know for a fact that as the class of 2022 transitions to a new chapter, these are the things that we will miss most about our precious time here. Dear principals, teachers, and parents, I hope that each of us in the class of 2022, Ayuna, Senyang, Linda, William, Estelle, Annie, Jackie, Amy, and myself have made you all proud. Dear secondary students, I hope that we as seniors of SSM for the year 2021 to 2022 have been a great role model and inspiration for all of you. To my fellow graduates, I wish you all the best of luck in the future. Let's look forward to the adventure ahead of us, and let us not forget the time in which we have crossed paths with each other in our lives. The journey ahead will not be easy, but let's do our best, because that is all we can really do. And finally, there is only one last thing left for me to say. Congratulations, class of 2022.
Well, it's time. It's time. It's come. The moment you've been waiting for. You're going to get those diplomas, and you've earned it. To the about-to-be graduates, our seniors, you've raised the bar high. You've set the standard, and we are really, really proud of you. But I'm just a little bit worried your glory could be short-lived. With this faculty and this group of students, I don't know. Your fame could be eclipsed any time. But for today, we're going to celebrate you and your accomplishments. And we will look forward to those in the audience. But before we can give the diplomas, we must ask our Board of Governors for the authority to grant the diplomas. Huh? Yeah, go ahead.
So I would like to call on our head of school, Dr. Malaberti and Dr. Morin, to please award the diplomas to our graduates. Graduates, when you hear your name, you will walk with pride and receive your diplomas. Ayuna Hasegawa. You can cheer. Hu Jin Yang. Jai. Lin Jiajun. Pong Eler. Tian Eason. Ms. Aki, please proceed to Estel's performance. Thank you. Go Estel! Chong Jai. Yang Zijie. Zhao Xinyi. Congratulations.
And now we will confirm our graduates. And first, I will ask the chair of our board of SSMES and the board of governors of Chatham St. Mary's Forest City International School, Andreas Christinus, to offer his authority to grant our authority to issue your diplomas. Having a slight video problem. So, Andreas Christinus comes to us live, well not live, but recorded previously on the Chatham St. Mary's campus in Minnesota, where he was enjoying his class reunion just last week. And in the background you will see Chatham St. Mary's Pharaoh, the mothership, as it were. Here we are.
Thank you, Principal. Thank you. For our State International School. At February for the completion of this school. My name is Andreas Christinus, and I'm both the chairman of the Chatham St. Mary's Forest City International School Board of Governors and a graduate of Chatham St. Mary's School in Fairfield, Minnesota. It is with great honor and excitement that I grant Dr. Roberti and Principal Dominguez the authority and privilege to confer diplomas on this year's graduates. On behalf of the Board of Governors, congratulations and good luck in all your future endeavors.
It is now our honor to grant you your diplomas officially. You may remove your tassels. Stand up, please. the mighty class of 2022. We now have a special message from Matt Cavalier, who is the head of school of Shattuck St. Mary's, Faribault in Minnesota. You've not only graduated from Shattuck St. Mary's Forest City, but you've also become part of the Shattuck St. Mary's worldwide alumni body, and we'd like to welcome you to that. So, thank you, Matt, for that wonderful message. And next.
Before we come to a close, seniors, we do have a gift for you. Actually, graduates, not anymore seniors, graduates, we have a gift for you. The community had given you some well wishes and letters from here in school, as well as some of the parents that are part of our community. So we hope that you will enjoy reading that. We will give you all the Padlet links later. Thank you, everybody, for contributing to us. So we've come to a close. We're going to ask our flag bearers to please come up here on stage. And what we'd like to do is have the flag bearers escort our teachers and the audience out of the PAC. Our families, parents of the graduates will stay here for some photo ops, and then we will proceed to the arch walk. Miss Go will be in the arch walk to facilitate the parade. And then we will have some light refreshments for faculty, graduates, families, and friends. Thank you. So Ms. Wong, please follow as they pass. And audience as well, please follow. Thank you. We will see you at the bridge. Ritual. Ms. Gong, go ahead. Thank you. All right, at this point, families of graduates and graduates can come here to take your pictures.
Go the right way.
Alright, graduates, so just wait for everybody before you exit. Annie, you can just sit down with your mom and wait. We'll all and sit together.
Be serious. Am I shooting you off?